first carry for Trenton Cannon. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 2nd and 7, Jones uses the stiff arm. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Now Jones. Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little...
Touchdown 49ers! George Kittle, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Take it at the 37. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Throwing Jones. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there drop him. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Herbert got his man. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And running with power here. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Jones. Right side, and he finds Gray. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass caught by Gray. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. They'll run on 1st down with Cannon. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Niners at 6-2 to start play. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They started on the ground with Eckler. And some room to run now. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert now. Williams brings it in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Mitchell. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete left side to Gray. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this 1st half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 3-yard touchdown touchdown pass. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the 49ers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 26. Off-play action, Jones. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself, not ditch so early, partner, you know.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Jones now. A final shot before break. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. He'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Just too many mistakes in all phases of the game. Still, you've got a chance to get this back to a 1-score game here in the 3rd quarter. You've got to be able to convert here. Instead, it comes up empty.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in 1 play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. To the air again, Herbert. Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jones. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. They run over center with Mitchell. And some room to work. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throwing Jones. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the 49ers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The offense on third down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Back to throw. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Bourne. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10, here's Herbert once more. Trucks over him. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They'll start on the ground with Cannon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So the victory here for San Francisco. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Niners, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to